know what to look out for when you are purchasing a single touch payroll software. If you are in the market for a single touch payroll software, please have a look at this video to understand the issues that you might be facing when you are selecting a software that's suitable for you and your business. Hi, my name is Michael Castro from AccXite, and today we are going to look at the issues covering single touch payroll and how to select a software that's suitable for your needs. Most of the software providers will be charging you based on number of employees. That's fine. The question is, how does the number of employees is defined? Is it based on the active employees and the terminated employees? Or is it based on the actual employees who are paid during the period? If it's not the actual employees who are paid during that period, you are going to pay a lot more than what you think you're going to pay because the number is going to accumulate. I was talking to a dentist the other day, and he had nurses who are locum. So that means their casual nurses come and go. If they keep on doing it, they are going to have more and more employees, and therefore the number of employee charges are going to go up unless their software provider is charging them based on the active employees who are paid during the time. Software providers are asking for a contract, and you should be aware of this. If there's a contract for it, that means it's going to be harder for you to get out if you don't like their particular software. I can understand software providers asking for a contract if it's a CRM or something along those lines, because then they will know that you are going to be committed to their software. With single touch payroll software, as long as you are in the business, you need to report to the ATO, and therefore the commitment should not be an issue. So the only thing that comes out of it is the software provider will ask you for a contract if they want to lock you in, and therefore even if you leave them, you have to part with your money. If your software is asking for an AusKey before it can be lodged with the ATO, that's another warning sign. It's fine, it will send all the reports to the ATO, that's not a question, or that's not the problem. The problem is, if you need to provide an AusKey for your software, what that means is the data is changing hands manually somewhere along the lines. That means there's a chance for an issue with data security, and you definitely don't know when it's going to get lost. Remember, there's a requirement is you need to report to the ATO on or before a payment is made. So a software with the AusKey requirement might not satisfy the requirement as you go along. Security is very important when you select your single touch payroll software. Most, if not all, of the software that you will be evaluating would have a two-factor authentication, which is good because it means that there's some kind of security in there to avoid people logging in with just username and password, which is not secure at all. But even then, if the software provider is only asking for an email two-factor authentication or an SMS two-factor authentication, it's not secure. It's very easy to hack into a password mechanism where either SMS or email is used. Your data, which includes your employees' tax file numbers, date of birth, address, all of them are in that software. So you want to make sure that your software is as secure as possible. So if your software provider is not asking for Google authentication or Microsoft authentication, stay away, because it's going to be risky for you and your data can be easily accessed by a hacker. There are software providers who are not providing a trial period at all, and there are other software providers who are providing a trial period which is too short. You want a trial period that's long enough for you to access the software's all the features and make sure that it works exactly how you want it to work. You got enough choices to pick up a one that is suited for you. If they are not providing a long enough trial, then you are signing up with someone who is not or who might not be suitable for your needs. At AccXite, we are offering until 31st of December 2019 free software. So that means you can test it as long as you want, and you can access all the information, all the data, all the features, and see whether it suits your need. And if it doesn't suit your need, you don't have your credit card details, you can leave as whenever you want. We don't mind. But until now, we are glad to say that no one has left. Whoever has tried our software hasn't left, and that speaks for something. With payroll software, you will need a support at least at the start of setting up. And it's very important that the help is available when you need it. Don't settle for software providers who are not providing telephone support, because you want to talk to someone, ideally who understands the payroll. There's no point in talking to someone who just there to answer the phone but can't really give you an answer that you're looking for. And also, there are software providers who are providing overseas support. And these support people will not help you with issues that you would be facing in the time of need. So watch out for support that's not Australian based, because you will need it when you need it. There are software providers who are charging not just the ongoing fee for the employees, but there are additional charges that they are charging that you might not be aware of. There are ongoing maintenance fees, minimum monthly fees, sign-up fees, setup fees, and termination fees. Make sure that your software provider doesn't charge any of these things, because once you sign up, it's a bit too late, because you don't want, then you have to pay these amounts. In our case, we don't charge any of those amounts. We just charge a flat monthly fee based on the number of active employees who are paid during that month. Simple as that, easy as that. ATO has announced a list of software providers who are going to provide you with a software for $10 or less if you have 4 employees or less. And AccXite is one of the ATO approved low-cost software providers. What you might not know is what happens when you get to the 5th employee. ATO is silent on it, and therefore it's up to the software provider to decide what's the level of charge they're going to charge you. And surprise, surprise, most of them are charging at 30, 40, 50, 60. We've even seen one case where they're charging $70 for 5 employees. So 4 employees, $10, 5 employees, $70. You don't want to pay that amount, obviously, so make sure that you ask your software provider whether what's the amount they're going to charge, whether it's going to be a flat increase or whether it's going to be an incremental increase, just like in AccXite, where the amounts over 5 are just go up by per employee basis. And again, that employee is based on if they have been paid during that month, and if they're not paid during the month, we don't charge for that employee. So these are a few of the issues that you should be looking out for when you are comparing your software for single touch payroll. If you don't look out for these issues, it's going to cost you more later. You might be thinking that you're getting a better deal, but later when you have these issues, it's going to come back and bite you. So buyer beware is the case in terms of buying a single touch payroll software, and I'm hoping that this video has helped you in some way to weed out the options. In our case, AccXite, obviously we don't do any of these things that we mentioned. Our fees are based on number of employees who are actively paid during that month, and it's an incremental basis, so every employee has a unit rate which is advertised on our website, and that's pretty much it in terms of the fees. And we are offering a 31st of December 2019 free trial, so you can sign up now and you don't have to pay anything. We don't even take your credit card details until then, so you are free to leave at any time you want. Our AccXite software is very easy to use, and we have been told that many times. So it doesn't hurt you to compare our software with your shortlist to see whether your preferences stack up with ours. I hope this list helps you with selecting a proper payroll software for your requirement. There are softwares that's asking for just here. How many times people take us? Thank you.